We were so hot that we set the arena on fire. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Raptors. I'm your host, Ahtisham, my channel where you get reviews, analysis, predictions, and hot takes on all things Raptors, as well as some NBA. So, the Raptors came into this game to play the Indiana Pacers at home. And it was an interesting night, I would say. But the Raptors blow them out. And without further ado, let's talk Raptors versus the Pacers. So the Raptors come out in this game, guns a-blazing, playing great defense. And it seems like Pascal is now at that point in his season where he's feeling it. And it's a good time for him to be doing that, especially down the stretch for us to be moving up in the standings as well as the playoffs to be starting soon. So it's good for him to be doing them in, high pressure situation games. And then Scotty Barnes doing his little thing that he always does, playing like a vet in his rookie year. And, Precious just went off, man. He seemed like Steph Curry today. Came off the bench in the first quarter, went 4 for 4 from the 3-point line and just blew the game open for the Raptors. And that was pretty much over after the first quarter. The Raptors won that quarter by 20 points. And, Indiana Pacers is not a team that's going to make a comeback given, they don't have TJ McConnell and, Lawson or is it somewhat a lot of their guys. So they weren't going to make much of a comeback, especially against the Raptors the way they were playing. And the crowd was into it. And it just caused a fire. It actually did cause a fire. Well, I don't think that caused a fire, but there was an electrical fire. So the game in the middle of the second quarter or late second quarter, right? I think 4 minutes left prior to the halftime. The Raptors fans and everybody had to leave the arena because the speaker caught fire. And, it felt like, oh my God. At that point, Raptors were leading 66-38, I believe. And it seemed like, man, the Raptors just can't catch a break to get into these standings, right? But lucky for us, the authorities cleared out the arena. They put out the fire, and the players were allowed to come back and finish the game off in an empty arena, which the Raptors are used to. But it would have been nice to see, lit up in the sense of, people having the ability to, watch the rest of the game, and the Raptors pretty much destroy the Indiana Pacers, because even after we came back from that break, we didn't let off. We just kept it going. And by the end of the start of I think it was 8 minutes left, and Nick Nurse just brings in our reserves, and it was over by that time. And the Raptors win this game by 40 points, 131-91, which was damn good. So there, again, you can't really take much away from this game because it's against the Indiana Pacers. Now, because the Pacers are a team that you can just pretty much, you expect the Raptors to beat them. Now, blow them up by 40 points, maybe not, because we've lost to shitty teams before. But the way the Raptors have been playing lately, you can't count too much into this game. But there are some key takeaways that you can take. Number one is OG Anunoby is looking good, man. I think he scored 10 of our first points as well today. He's looking good from the 3-point line. His dribble is looking better even with the broken hand. He's not slipping as much. It seems like he's well rested. And he's, defensively, he is that guy that we always have. He's our anchor on the defense, and he's been that guy forever. And with him back, the defensive schemes look a little bit more smoother. People are communicating better because you trust each other. There isn't a weak point, especially in our starting five. And especially when Gary Trent comes back, it's just going to be a tenacious defense that we're going to want to go up against, right? So OG is looking pretty good. Pascal, I've already said that he's looking good, so that's not really a key takeaway. The second key takeaway I have, guys, is I'm a little bit worried about Freddie VanVleet's knee. Today, after the break of the fire, the good thing Nick Nurse did was pull him out. And rest him, given that we had a 26 point lead at that point. And he's like, yo, there's no point in you continuing to play it because we're going to need him against Boston, and we're going to need him later on in the down the stretch and in the playoffs. So it's a little bit worrisome because Freddie is that guy who helps that ball move, because he started the game today and the ball was humming. And we need that, especially when we get Gary Trent back. And, he's a shooter. He's, his first mentality is to shoot, but you get, Freddie will be able to get the other guys like OG, Pascal, and, Scotty Barnes their points because he's a point guard, even though he does love shooting. But I've seen him switch it up in the sense that he lets the other guys eat first, and then when we need him, he eats. So it's a little bit worrisome knowing that, he's still struggling with that knee, and it's going to be a while before he becomes 100%. Let's hope it gets better, especially, in the big games. We'll have him healthy for at least the playoffs. So the third key takeaway I have, guys, is our bench is finally here. Now, it's not just based on Indiana's game, but Chris Boucher has been playing well. Precious Achiuwa, he's a rookie. He's going to have great games, and then he's going to have one stinker or one struggling game. But both of those guys have consistently been performing very, very well. They've been rebounding the ball. They've been offensively, efficient. And I think Armoni Brooks, who we signed to a 2-year deal, is kind of fitting very well with the bench unit. I think he's fulfilling the role that we thought Svi want to fulfill. But he's doing very well. Honestly, he gives you that 3-point shooter, especially when you need to rest Freddie for a longer period of time, or Gary Trent Jr. It seems like those guys are able to play well together in the lineup that Nick Nurse has finally found, which includes Armoni Brooks, Precious Achiuwa, what's his name, Chris Boucher, Pascal Siakam, and Scotty Barnes. With that tall lineup, with only like a mid-sized guy in Armoni Brooks, is doing very well for us, and is helping the bench unit be more productive, be more efficient. And those guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing from coming off the bench, which is bring the energy. It seems like Precious and Chris Boucher are just animals, especially on the offensive glass, and they're playing with everything that they got. So that's looking really, really good. Now, highlight play of this game, guys, the highlight play was the lit speaker. Everything else was it was over, man. I would say the 4 shots from Precious Achiuwa to just blow the game open were, highlight plays. They were all from the, wings. I think 3 of them were from the wing, and it was just beautiful to see. They were all damn swishes. So, but yeah, there was like, this game was just, you knew after the first quarter it was over. And you can't put too much grain into that game. But the next game is the game for us down the stretch, which is to play Boston Celtics. I fucking hate Boston, okay? I don't hate the people of Boston. I hate the Boston fucking Celtics, okay? Because they have that attitude that they are that team to beat. And yes, they have been doing very well lately. And, they got a star in Jason Tatum. They got a star, all-star in Jaylen Brown. And they are firing on all cylinders. And that's Raptors are doing the same thing. We got a star in Pascal Siakam. We got an all-star in Freddie VanVleet. We got a Rookie of the Year candidate. So it should be a good competition. And I want to beat Boston because I haven't forgotten what the hell happened in the bubble. And I honestly, this is a rivalry, in my opinion. Fuck the Lakers and the Celtics, because the Lakers aren't even up to their Celtics mark anymore. But that's it, man. Like, I want to see the Raptors go after Boston. Win or lose, I want that game to be tight as hell if necessary. But the Raptors should just go after Boston. I don't want them to back down in any way, because Boston's going to play physical. Marcus Smart is going to want to flop 100 times. And I've seen the Raptors take on adversity this whole stretch, especially in the March, and I want to see them do that on Monday, especially because it's my birthday, and I'm hoping the Raptors can give me that gift of beating the freaking Celtics. So that's all I have for you guys for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Please hit that like and subscribe button, help my channel grow, and I will keep making these videos for you guys, even if my baby girl is about to wake up. So I will see you guys after the Boston game. Very excited about it, and hope everyone has a good weekend.